My guest today is somebody I've known for more than any teacher for 20 years. She was actually on my interview team. I'm not sure she remembers it. She is a great fourth grade teacher. She's a wonderful parent, and she's also a fantastic friend to me and to so many others. Anybody have any guesses who it could be? Yep, that's right. It's
Mrs. Williams.
Hi, Miss Williams. How are you?
I'm good, Mr. Kilborn. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions just to get started. The first one, how you feeling about this?
Well, it's kind of a mixed bag. I'm going to be honest. On the one hand, I'm getting a lot of projects done, and you know how I like to do a project.
Yep.
I've got my linen closet painted, and I'm actually working on a table right now. So that part, I miss the kids. I miss being on a schedule. I miss seeing them. I even miss asking them to be quiet while I'm talking. So
Sometimes
I miss that a lot.
on Google Classroom, when somebody's like filling up the thing, I was like, enough talking, and it's like just weird how you have to type it in to say it.
Right?
So how do you feel about this interview?
Kind of nervous, actually. Like, I love our Zoom meetings when we have staff meetings. I love those. And I love when I have my fourth grade teacher meetings, like across the district. It's really nice to see everybody. You would think that that might not be such a big deal. Like, oh, what's the big deal, right?
Yeah, it is a big deal.
But it is really nice to connect, to be able to connect with people who you're so used to just connecting with. And even if, like, sometimes we may not see each other during the day when we're at school, but just the fact that knowing that your people are there.
Right. I was talking to my wife that this would be like a good thing to have, like in the summertime when you are missing kids and you are missing staff members. I have some version of this. I mean, if anything good comes out of it is like finding those little techniques, even to keep in touch with kids over the summer and stuff, just to, because we sometimes, lose that connection and stuff. So
yeah, no, it's excellent. I do love being able to, I've never done like any type of electronic classroom before. Like before this, I didn't do Google Classroom. I mean, I would send home emails and stuff like, oh, remember to do this. But this is definitely something that I would incorporate even after. Yeah. Obviously not to the extent that we're doing it now, but I don't.
Yeah, just to give them extra resources through the summer and stuff,
Exactly.
those sorts of things, and like give them things to do, like, so they always say they're bored, and then giving them, my kids always say they're bored, like, what did you read? Did you draw? Did you write a poem? Right. Did you listen to music? I mean, all those different sort of things that they can do.
Did you just lay down and daydream?
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah. All right. So, where are you at right now?
I am in my kitchen right now, and there's like a window right there.
It's a sweet lamp. I like that lamp.
Thank you. Target.
Nice. So tell us about your family.
Well, so I have, she's 18 now, Zoe, who goes to Ball State, who really, really is super upset about this whole quarantine. I had to pick her up like, I don't know, I think I picked her up March 29th. I was really in the beginning, like kind of freaking out. She wanted to stay up there. So I'm like, okay, might as well stay up there as long as you can. But then I started getting, because I watch the news a lot and now I don't watch it so much, I started getting a little kind of worried thinking they were going to close the state down and like, how would I get to my child? But it all worked out and went and picked her up, and it was nothing like dropping her off at school. I mean, like it was a lot like a ghost town. I mean, a couple kids moving out here and there. Yeah. And then there's Ava, who is an 8th grader at the middle school, who does not like remote learning, which is really interesting because I would get these comments from her sometimes like, I want to do homeschool. I want to do homeschool. I'm like, you are not doing that would not be good for either of us, you doing homeschool. And now, like, she's just missing her friends. And I think that sense of connection, both of them are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for sure. So, what was your first job?
My first job? I think my first job was cleaning houses and babysitting.
Yeah. Babysitting is a big one for a lot of people, for sure. So why did you become a teacher?
Why did I become a teacher? Well, because I liked being with kids and I wanted to make a difference. And I thought too that it would be because I wanted to have a family too. And so there was a part of me that thought, well, it would be a good career to have too,
Right.
because you get to be home and spend some time with your kids. I think I definitely followed in my mom's footsteps. Like she wasn't a teacher, although she went to college to become a teacher. But then during her student teaching, she decided that because she was talking to so many kids and helping them with their problems, she'd go right into counseling. And so I
Right.
totally, absolutely followed my mom's footsteps, right?
Yeah.
But when I was little growing up, she worked at Oakland University. And so she had some really nice, I mean, she was able to spend time with me and stuff. So
Good. Did you have anybody that truly, I mean, your mom inspired you? Did you have any teachers along the way that inspired you?
Mrs. Matthews and Mrs. Brenner. And actually, when I was when I went to teaching, when I went to teacher school, you know how you have to do like a lot of field placements and
Right.
different stuff like that. So I actually connected with Mrs. Matthews, who was my fourth grade teacher, by the way, and was able to connect with her and like spend some time in her classroom, which was really cool. I was not able to connect with Mrs. Brenner, but she was my third grade teacher. And I've only ever taught third or fourth grade.
Yeah, that's awesome that you got to do that for sure. A lot of people I've interviewed, some have been able to reconnect and let their teachers know, but to go back and have them actually teach you how to be a teacher, that's pretty sweet. Something about you that people would be surprised that you're pretty great at.
I can hang a spoon off my nose.
Wow. You might have to have a part two and you show some of your talents sometime.
Could you practice that? Yeah, I don't know. I like to paint. I can paint really well, but I think a lot of people know that.
Yeah. Paint pictures or paint walls?
Paint walls.
Yeah.
I can cut in like a boss. No tape needed.
If you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
I don't know, a pediatrician, or like I'd like to own my own like salon or spa.
Oh, nice.
So the thing I think that is like it all relates to teaching is like it's all working with people.
Yeah.
And pediatrician, obviously working with kids. That was my first career choice, pediatrician, but I got really bogged down on that. Like I'd have to perform a surgery, like a tonsillectomy or something.
Right.
So this tells you how, I did not know at all what a pediatrician did.
Right.
Because that's an ear, nose, and throat doctor who does
Yep.
that surgery. But I'm like, oh God, I could never do that, right?
Right. It's funny.
So, I suggest to everybody, like careers that you're interested in, find somebody who does that career and kind of shadow them and find out
Yeah, just to know exactly what it is.
what they do, to see
Right.
if that's something. And I think, sometimes I think kids are like, oh no, I'm afraid to talk to adults, or I don't want to do that. First of all, we're just really, really big kids.
Yeah.
To be honest. And I think most adults would love sharing what they do
Yeah,
with you.
I agree. I mean, a lot of people are proud of what they do, and they like to definitely,
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
people-
And
sure.
if you could help somebody like be able to make a decision of either, yeah, this is something I really, really want to do, or yeah, I don't think that's something I want to do.
I mean, if you think about it, like when doctors go to med school, they go everywhere and they do their rounds just to see, and so
Right.
what I think that's something that a kid should be able to do a little bit more than they get to. So maybe that's something you could work on too. That could
Maybe.
be another career.
Right.
Some quick questions, quick thoughts, quick answers. You ready?
Okay. Hey, this is kind of like Brene Brown's podcast. She does like this 15-second thing at the end of her interview.
I think she probably copied what I do. So.
Or like speed round. I'm sure she did.
Books or movies?
Books.
Walk or run?
Walk.
High fives or hugs?
Hugs.
One snack that you could have the rest of your life? Only one.
Popcorn.
That's mine. Awesome. Favorite grade when you were in school?
Favorite what?
Grade when you were in school.
Favorite grade when I'm in school? Third and fourth grade.
Car or truck?
Car.
Winter or summer?
Summer,
Mountains or tropics?
tropics.
Is your bed messy or made?
It is made.
Yes, thank you. Um, favorite physical activity?
Um, walk, yoga, probably walking, yoga,
Yeah, I
just
thought you
being
would,
physical, just moving,
right. Shower or bath?
shower.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Uh, you're probably the third person who said yes. Um,
Well, it's meat and vegetables if you want, between bread.
that's right. Uh, pizza or pasta?
Ooh, pizza,
Coffee or tea?
tea,
Tea. Pancakes or waffles?
pancakes.
Do you know how to swim?
Yes.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs,
A food that you had to eat when you were a kid that you're glad you don't have to eat anymore?
beets.
Beets. Awesome.
Well, so you want to hear a story?
Quick story. Yep.
Okay, so I was in the hospital and the food is terrible.
Right.
And I was a kid and my dad like forced me to eat the beets.
They had beets at the hospital.
Beets at the hospital and
What?
hard boiled eggs too.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
yeah, man. Both are something where they're oddly pickled. You can get them pickled as well. Would you rather live in a zoo or a museum?
Museum,
Least favorite chore?
laundry,
Something a parent or teacher gave you or you inherited from them that you use now as a teacher.
a bag.
That's awesome.
It's like
Um,
this really super huge Vera Bradley bag, and it just makes me happy when I see it because it's all colorful. And that parent actually lives in Florida now.
ah, um, your fourth grade self, if you could go back to her and talk to her and give her some advice, what would you give her?
I would tell her to do all the things. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about doing things that other people are doing um, because you want them to, like you or be your friend, but do all the things that you're interested in doing. And you'll get there. Don't rush.
Right? It's true. I agree. Besides the kids and the staff, what is something else you miss about school?
The smell,
Right?
just being at school.
Right. I walked into school to get some stuff and I walked into the gym and I don't ever really notice it, but that smell of the wood, like I had like I
Mhm.
at day to day, I didn't like, man, this really, smells
Yeah.
different in here. So yeah, I understand that one for sure.
It's like a comforting thing. Like when I used to be able to go to the yoga studio, you'd be all stressed out and you walk in and you're like, because
Yeah,
it's just so calm and relaxing. That's kind of like school. I happen to be in school too, and there's some new lights in the
yeah,
hallway.
pretty fancy.
They are kind of fancy.
I thought I could walk to Staying Alive as they went down because they would turn on.
They go on as you
Yeah.
go.
Um, Last question. What do you want to say to the kiddos that are gonna watch this?
I miss you guys. Hug your parents. Sit and play games with them. I can't wait to see you and give you big hugs. And I hope you're doing well. And I hope you are reading every single day. Please, please. If you do nothing else, read every day.
Yes. Miss Williams, thanks for zooming right along with me today.
Thanks for asking me to Zoom right along with you. It was fun. This is a highlight of my day.
All right. See you soon.
All right. I hope so. See you soon.